We're on Challah Perek Bet, Mishnah Hey. Fifth Mishnah in the second chapter of Challah. Says, so we were going to learn in the Psukim. First let's dedicate the Mishnah to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Okay, we're going to learn, the Torah says, in the Psukim that we learned a number of times, Merishit arisotechem tidnu laHashem tshuva ledorotechem. That this Challah that you're designating must be Merishit arisotechem. I've already highlighted these words for another reason, so let's highlight them again. Merishit arisotechem, from the first of your arisa. Arisa means arisotechem is of your dough. So it has to be dough, and the Mishnah is going to learn out that because of that, if you didn't become dough yet, it's not chayav in Challah. And if you designated, if you gave it, then you didn't give anything. That's what the Mishnah says. Amafrish chalato kemach. If I designate challah when it's still flour, I didn't put in the water yet, I didn't make the dough. Eino challah. So the Kohen, I gave him whatever, I gave him a certain amount. I gave him 1/24th, as we're going to see. Eina challah. It's not challah. The gazel biyad a Kohen. The Kohen is stealing it. Okay? And the Bartunah says, Sarich lachzir al ba'alim. He has to give it back. Why? She'imti she'er biyado yesavor she'isato b'tirah. If I give the flour to the Kohen and he keeps it, so I'm going to think, I already took off challah. And then when I make the dough, I'm going to think that I don't have to take off challah. And there's challah in it, and it's asur. Then I'm over an isur, and I'm chayav mitar b'dei shamayim b'shogeg, or b'mezid. That's bad. Okay? So therefore, eina challah. The kemach, the flour is not challah, and the Kohen is stealing it. So he has to give it back. And ha'isa atzma, he has to give it back. Gazel b'yad, he has to give it back. Okay, we're going to see what the deal with it is. Ha'isa atzma, the dough itself, chayav b'challah. And then when I make I took flour, I gave it to the Kohen. Okay, I gave him what I thought was challah. He has to give it back to me, and now I made dough after I took off what I thought was challah. That dough is chayavet b'challah. That kemach and the flour, im yesh bo k'shiur chayavet b'challah. If I gave the Kohen so much that it itself was 5/4 of a kav, i.e. yeshur challah, it itself is chayav b'challah. Why is it chayav b'challah? Because it's just chulin, it's regular flour. V'asura the zarim. Divrei Rabbi Yoshua. Rabbi Yoshua says that this flour that I gave to the Kohen is still nonetheless asura the zarim. It can only be consumed by Kohanim. Even though halachically it's not challah, nonetheless it's asura. Why? Okay? Chumra bi'almahu. It's a chumra lefi shira'u b'shabad liyad Kohen, because people say, I gave it to a Kohen. Shalo yomru ra'inu zar ochel chalot. The person shouldn't say, people were going to see it and say, he gave challah to the Kohen, now anyone can eat it. So that's not a good thing. So Rabbi Yeshua says, once you give it to the Kohen as challah, even though eina challah, still asur al azarim. The Kohen has to give it back to you, and then you can sell it to a Kohen, because it is a din of truma. Amru lo, so the Chacham said to Rabbi Yeshua, ma'aseh ukefasha zakein zar. There's a story where a zakein zar had this situation, right, where he gave it to the Kohen, and a zakein zar, chatafa zakein zar v'yachla, that some elder, who was not a Kohen, took it, so we see that a non-Kohen can eat it. Amar lahem, he said, Afu kilkel la'atzmo. He messed himself up. He'll get his. He wasn't allowed to eat it. Okay, he'll be punished. V'tiken la'acherim. But he seemed to make it better for other people, because other people, okay, are now matir, because they saw that he ate. Acherim ochlim v'tolim bo. Other people are now going to eat the kemach that they got against the teaching of Rabbi Yeshua, because I saw an elder allowed it. So once he allowed it, then of course we can do it. So he's kilkel la'atzmo, but tiken la'acherim, because once he set an example, then other people were going to follow him against the teachings of Rabbi Yoshua. We'll stop here. If you have any comments or questions, as always, imam@arspolter@gmail.com. Have a good day.